Hello Scorpio, I'm Natalia and I'm here with your angel card reading for August 2015. So Scorpio, if you've never heard one of my angel readings before, then what I do is I always choose 4 cards for you. And this month I'm choosing 2 cards from the Archangel Power Tarot deck by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. And these 2 cards give us a flavour of what's to come for the month of August. And also, what are the most important things that you need to be mindful of that are coming up in your life and that your angels want you to draw most attention to? So the first card is always, I think, the most significant. And this one is the 4 of Ariel. And Ariel's all about material things. She's about, who are we being out in the world? What are we accumulating in terms of wealth, in terms of property and our career? And this, the 4 is all about stability. So it seems like, well, there's a couple of things going on within your reading, and you'll see as we go further along what I mean by this. But there's like a duality in your reading. So what I'm guessing is that you want stability, but that you also want life to be a little bit full of surprises and maybe a little bit reckless as well. So it's like you've got one foot on the accelerator and another one on the brake, and you're not actually going anywhere. The momentum is just making you move from side to side. So you just feel kind of troubled with it. So let's have a look at this card. So this is about being resistant to change. But it's also an extreme of, wanting to stay, the status quo, to remain as it is. And it can also mean being a little bit, hoarding money. And so what you have to do is, one of the biggest problems with the global problems with the economy was as soon as there was this whiff of problems with finances, people hung on to their money and they stopped spending. And then what then happened is businesses suffered because their customers weren't spending like they were before, and people still had the money, but they were scared that they weren't going to get any more to replace it. So they just held on to it. And so, of course, so many businesses went out bankrupt. So for you, it's really important to let go a little bit, to don't hold on to things so tightly, because they're, the whole thing with abundance is it's all about flow. So one of the symbols of abundance is like the Mobius strip, the figure 8, where it's just this infinite flow. It just cycles round and round and round. So when we give, we receive, and vice versa. So it's important that you don't hold on tightly, that you don't live in fear and look at lack, that you just let that go. And it's not about being silly with money or holding on to your position in the workplace or holding on indeed to relationships that you're in so tightly and fiercely and protectively because you fear losing them. It's about embracing what you have and knowing that if it's meant for you, it will stay in your life. It's not, it will leave, but also it'll create a vacuum, and the universe doesn't like a vacuum, so the universe will fill it again with something else. And that we have choices, and that indeed other people have choices too, and we have to be respectful of those. So this is all about just being calm, cool and collected, and not holding on too tightly to things because you fear a lack. It's about accepting that what will be, will be. The second card for you, Scorpio, is the Chariot card, and this is Archangel Metatron, and Archangel Metatron's all about bringing new stuff in. It's about enlightenment. It's about, moving us forward. And the Chariot is these 2 horses. They're always depicted as black and white. So there's like the 2 forces of, of balance, basically. And you're the chariot driver in this situation, so you are in charge of the horses. Don't let the horses pull you off wherever they want to go, because the black one wants to go right and the white one wants to go left, because they're both opposing forces. So as the chariot driver, as the person who's driving your own reality and your own existence, you need to hold on to those reins. And if you've ever ridden a horse, then you'll know, horses are really great because people use horses a lot within actually helping people to understand how you lead people, because a horse is very much in control of its own destiny and will not be pushed around. And so it's about using gentle force. It's about, these people that are horse whisperers. They have this incredible control over horses because they don't exert their authority, and they just do it in this gentle, powerful way. And so this is a great metaphor for you here, that yes, you want to head off in a direction. You need to be in control, but you need to use your power wisely. And you need to also accept that it's about that you are powerful, and not constantly looking for power from elsewhere. So people to literally ordain you and say, you are really brilliant, that you have to accept that inner knowing, that inner poise, that you are as good as you want to be, or as you believe you are. So it's all about self-belief, and it's about being determined. So where do you want to go? But there's a duality with this card as well, which I said to you at the beginning of your reading, about this kind of confusion about what you say you want, what you think you want, and then what is actually happening. It's a little bit muddled. And for me, I'm getting this very much, this sense of you're saying one thing and doing another, or you're doing one thing and thinking another. So what you want, be very clear about. And if you, it's about this self-belief and this determination to make something happen. So is there something that you're wanting, that you're striving for? But do you really believe that you're worthy of it? And do you really believe that it will happen for you, and that the actions you're taking, are you just going through the motions? Who are you doing this for? What do you really want is the question I'm asking you. And I don't expect you to have exactly the answer. And maybe the one that comes straight out of your mouth isn't really the answer. Maybe it's about thinking it through carefully. What do you actually want? But because be careful what you wish for, because you might just get it. And what if you wished for the wrong thing? It would be a little bit like that that question that you get asked, if you had 3 wishes, what would you do with them? And people always go, well, I'd wish for 3 more wishes. Well, you can't. You can only have the 3 wishes, so use them wisely. And then, as if to just confirm everything I've just said, you've got the wisteria card. And wisteria grows very wildly. Now, I know from my own personal experience, I absolutely adore wisteria. And it's a very delicate plant to grow, and it takes a long time to grow. And my mother, she used to have a house in France, and she decided she wanted to grow this wisteria so that it would create this natural shelter when you were sitting on the terrace, because it's very hot. And it took her years to grow this wisteria, but oh my word, once it took off, it was absolutely rampant. So the message to you here is very clear, Scorpio. The seeds that you're planting, or that you have planted, if you're not careful, if you've been wishing or wanting or lusting after something, as you do in your Scorpio-like way, that wasn't quite right for you, or that you've now changed your mind about, then you have to make a decision. This is crunch time before that wisteria takes off and takes over. There is still time to make your mind up and to change direction. So you can only move forward when you're clear about the direction you want to go in, and careful which direction you choose. But you've got to pick a lane now. That much is clear. The other thing about this colour is this violet colour is coincides with the crown chakra, which is opening up your divine energy for the source to come through, so that you can connect with your intuition. Your intuition's always there. It doesn't go away and then we suddenly have better intuition. We always have intuition. It's just whether we choose to connect with it and listen to it. So it's just there waiting for you to decide when you want to actually listen. So take good notice of your intuition. And Scorpio, you're very good at, tapping into the kind of deeper levels of a situation, to go beneath, to dig beneath the surface, and do that in your own mind and in your own psyche to actually understand your own motivations. Where are you connecting with your higher self, or where are you just kind of going along with what maybe other people want you to do, or what looks good? Because Scorpios, you're very good at looking good, aren't you? And so what's the wisest thing to do? So then we have a card that just really sums up the whole of your reading this month. Scorpio. And this is from the Ask and It Is Given deck of oracle cards by Esther and Jerry Hicks, who are experts on the law of attraction. They speak and teach and write a lot about it, and they created these beautiful oracle cards. Now, this is just as the epitome of summer. You've got the little bumblebee, you've got the beautiful sun, and then you've got the sunflower. And so this is really, I feel so sure that this is relating to the month of August being such a big crunch time for you, Scorpio. Not necessarily in terms of what outcomes are, but in terms of you making a decision and really getting into alignment with who you are on the inside, as well as what you being out in the world. So the words on this card are: when my desires and beliefs are a vibrational match. And I almost want to add the words, some magic happens, because this month of August is magical. That Jupiter, the planet who gives us so many gifts and wonderful things, is moving from Leo into Virgo, and doing another 12-month cycle. So you need to have a look and see what that means for you, Scorpio. But in August, it's like there's some very transformative energy around and a lot of magical energy. So you can really make a difference this month in terms of your long-term well-being and your direction in life. And I want to say to you that make sure that what you want and you say out loud and you think in your mind, that you actually believe in. So where are you maybe saying something but you don't quite believe it's true? So if you want something really, say you want a better job and you want to attract more money, but you don't believe you're quite worthy, well, you need to do a little bit of inner work about what is causing that lack of unworthiness. If you want to attract long-lasting love, soulmate connection into your life, where do you believe that you won't meet that person, or that maybe they're not good enough for you, you're not good enough for them? What is the work that you need to do to build the wisteria that you want to build, the plant that's going to take over your life in a really positive way? And there's a lot of hope in this card, because you know in your heart of hearts that you can do this, and this card is saying to you that you can. So get your beliefs in line with what you're asking for, your desires, and when those both things match vibrationally, that is when pure and absolute joyful magic happens. So Scorpio, I hope that August is an absolutely fabulous month for you. I hope you this all resonates with you and that it works out for you beautifully. And I want to take this opportunity to thank you for watching my videos, for liking, for all your comments, and also for anybody who's had personal readings with me. I just love what I do, and I love sharing it with you all. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to continue to do that. So take care, Scorpio. Have a fabulous August, and I will catch up with you again with your September reading.